Hello everybody, hope you're doing very well and welcome to today's Bitcoin technical analysis where I'm going to be going over, obviously on a live stream here with you all, going over Bitcoin and this Elliott wave count that I've been working on. Overnight, basically updating and going through, and yeah, what a night it was. Honestly, what a night. Thoroughly enjoyed trading this. Hopefully, if any of you have any sound issues, etc., please let me know, like, before I fully begin, and yeah, I'll make sure everything's okay. But yeah, I'll begin in like a minute or so. Yeah, what an evening it was. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that. Just seeing the comments rolling in, go for the Jag. Yeah, well, you know, the thing is, I was actually going to test drive the Aston today, so the Aston Martin, but yeah, now I kind of want to stay and continue trading. I'm not sure whether I'm going to go out today because this for me is like, yeah, I'd much prefer to stay trading this than go test drive today, but I'll see how it goes. Look at Komodo, by the way. This was crazy. This is easier to show you over here. So look at Komodo, yeah. This was all happening last night. It literally had it. So we're looking at weekly support in this parallel, yeah. So we come down to weekly support. We get that massive pump from weekly support. That is a 22% pump. Come all the way back down for a double bottom, and now Komodo is currently all the way up at like another 10%. That is like a crazy. Komodo is like really nice. Obviously LTC was decent yesterday as well, moving out of that parallel. Yeah, BitConnect moving. Yeah, basically a lot of the alts are starting to pick up this morning. But yeah, I want to concentrate on Bitcoin here and the Elliott wave count that I've gone through. Okay, can you turn on the mic a little? Laptop is at max, YouTube is at max, still kind of quiet. Let me see if I can turn this up slightly. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Right, so let's begin. I hope you can all hear me. And let's start with this Bitcoin technical analysis. Okay, so okay, let's go. So here we are looking at obviously this Elliott wave count on Bitcoin for you all. What I would say here is this is a complex count. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out a second. Okay, so I'll just run you through what we have overall before we obviously get into the main section that we've obviously got going on here. Okay, do believe now that we have seen a WXYXZ correction. Okay, and then that at the start of December has obviously given us our wave 1, 2, then we were working on that third wave of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that finished our third wave, and now all of this, which I'm going to be covering now, is all of our part of our complex 4. Moving up for the fifth, you have to say the wave 2 was very simple, a simple ABC and a falling wedge. Okay, so we had the falling wedge to the 786 to form C. Okay, form R2. Okay, rule of alternation is that wave 4 is opposite of wave 2. So wave 2 is simple, so wave 4 is more complex. Okay, I don't actually think this was overly complex, but more complex than an ABC, let's say. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'd say there. And then obviously there's two ways to count this. The first is an A, B, C, D, E triangle. Okay, so you do have the option of viewing this as simply an A, B, C, D, E, wave 4 finishing breaking up. This count I have is slightly different because I prefer the layout of it a little bit more, and it's simply a W, X, Y, X, Z. Okay, so your sideways correction. And I think you can all remember, as soon as we finish this high, as soon as we finish that high, I said the most likely is a W, X, Y, X, Z, obviously going sideways. And this is very much a sideways correction. The reason why, obviously, it's more of a symmetrical triangle if you're looking at the ABCDE, but this works perfectly, honestly, as a WXYZ. Okay, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Obviously, you have some complexity in the Y here. Okay, to finish your Z wave, you actually have a WXY and then another WXY. So there's a little bit of complexity there, but I think it worked out a lot nicer. Of then going just W, X, Y, and then 1, 2, 3, because that's the other possibility that this was like a WXY, and then this is wave 1, that's wave 2, this is in the process of wave 3. So there's obviously a few different ways you can count this. So I'm just going to cover this count that I have here today. Okay. It makes more sense for me. Okay, so that's obviously then instead of looking 1, 2, we're obviously getting the end of our correction finish. This is what was lovely. So I added into my longs yesterday at the exact right point. Why did I add into my longs? Because as I've all told you, I was very bullish, and at this point we took the lows, We took the lows by wicks. Okay, that is really, really bullish. Okay, we got the liquidity of people getting stopped out. Okay, people get stopped out. We take the liquidity and then you move up. Yeah, so that is what I was waiting for, and I had, because they were pretty big positions, I couldn't fill positions here. Okay, you want to take the liquidity. Everybody, a lot of people have their stop losses going off. That's the good time to fill a big long position. Okay, and that's what I was waiting for. Very patient yesterday, got that filled, and then I took some of my profits off the table when we were forming a parallel channel at this point. Okay, but overall, very, very happy with how this has gone. Okay. And yeah, so now what we're looking at here, we took the liquidity to form our X wave, okay, or what overall the WXY, okay, and overall WXYXZ, okay, so that's what we're looking at overall, okay, WXYXZ, and now that brings us on to where we are right now in the count. And this is why Elliott Waves really is helpful, because it gives you a very good idea of where you are in the process of things, okay? So yeah, this is how I've looked at this, okay? We form our sort of first wave 1 coming down in wave 2, okay? Then this, I've not done a subdivision count on, but a wave 3 because of this downsloping wave 4, okay? This for me was quite nice to see this like downsloping wave 4, and this is like yesterday on the live stream I was covering this in the champions group, and we broke up literally on live stream, and then I was covering this as in the time just a bull flag for continuation, but now when you obviously the subdivision doesn't look so nice here on the wave 3, and this is where I'm going to go over both of the counts for you. Okay, so one count is that this is the top of wave 5 here. Okay, so this is the top of wave 5, and this is just a subwave of wave 5, and the alternative is that you end with an ending diagonal, okay, and wave 5 is ending up here, and we're going 1, 2, 3, 4 for the 5th in an ending diagonal 5th wave of the 5th, okay, which is obviously just giving you wave 1, okay, and really the way that I'm going to be influenced about how this ends out right now is a little bit more time on this data, depending whether we form some sort of, okay, like A, B, C, D, E triangle, okay, or we come down in a WXY, okay, or with the potential of another WXYXZ, okay, so it's like early to call at the moment. But those are the two possibilities I'm looking at right now, okay? Obviously, we have some key support levels to be looking at, okay? As mentioned in yesterday's video, we have key support now. We're looking 8,550, okay? That is like a key support that we do not want to lose for continuation to the upside. Okay, coming down to 8,487. This is our key region of support. Okay, that's our key region. Okay, really down to the 0.5. So that is our key region of support that we want to hold for continuation. And if this ends up at forming another triangle or a WXY, then we should continue to the upside. Okay, it's just if we start breaking down from this support, yeah, then that's fine. Okay, I see some people like arguing about the sound. I'm just going to continue because I've never had sound problems before, so it's probably your end. So yeah, that's what we're looking at there. Okay, so yeah, in terms of support, that's the supports I'm looking at. Really am looking at this as it stands right now, more of as a WXY correction than any form of triangle, but that's going to take time to obviously play out. Okay, upside targets, if this was wave 1, okay, then we can adjust these extension targets slightly, okay. That first extension target that I took was if we had just simply a WXY, this was 1, 2, and then obviously we were looking at our extension targets. Okay, we've obviously just hit the 1414. Okay, wicked down, come back down and found support on the 1313. So the 113% basically, yeah. So we're range bound between those fib extensions. But if this is correctly identified as the Z wave here, and this is just wave 1, well, then we are having to, basically it's going to be higher extension targets, okay? So that's where we're going to have to like zoom out and look horizontally on this chart. Can see really clearly the big target zone is 9,900. Okay, that's the big resistance. That's a big target. Secondary target obviously being at the top of our X wave, 11,100. Okay, obviously this is a big space, a really, really, really big space. So you're talking about from that next, so you're talking about a 17% space, okay, so you are going to find resistance on the way up. Nothing's going to be plain sailing, okay. You can see that the clear like halfway point of resistance that you're going to be finding around here, right on that region from 8,800 to 9,100. Obviously we are bouncing off of this right now, okay, so this is where we are finding our resistance, okay, around this sort of point. Okay, that's been the top of these candles. You can see that's where we are finding that resistance right now, okay. So that's what we're looking at as our midpoint. If we get through this, then you have to obviously acknowledge 9,000 psychological, 9,400. But really, there is very low resistance once we break this and close above, 9,000 psychological. 10k should come fairly swiftly, in my opinion. Overall, I have, you all know, I've been very, very bullish for that. Like as soon as we broke up from 4k, as soon as we broke up from 4k, that was the time to go bullish. Okay, so you obviously form your high, you form your low, you form your high, you form your higher low. As soon as you broke up from 4,200, that was your sign to go bullish, because we formed our bullish market structure. At that point, we had formed our higher low, we moved on to a higher high. This was all higher lows and higher highs. And as you know, I was saying, like, as long as we hold 4,923, that was very, very bullish. Okay, you can all remember this was my signal that you could be going very long aggressively, because the stop loss was literally so small. Okay, so that, I can remember it so well. 4,923, that was the signal to go long. This was off of the, obviously, the FUD, the bad news that caused this price to go down. But while we held the higher lows, there was zero reasons to worry. Could potentially have gone like aggressively long with such a small stop loss of the higher lows. And obviously from there, look at the continuation, absolutely beautiful. Okay, from there we have obviously formed down to our 382 Fibonacci level. From high to low, we come down to the 382, held that perfectly. And then, as you all know, again, before we broke up yesterday, we were obviously looking at our low to high, and we come back down and tested the 382 fib again. So that is like great fib extensions and retracements in this downtrend. Where are we at now? We're at the 1272 Fibonacci extension from high to low, seeing that extend onto the 272 here. Okay, so that is interesting to see. That's obviously going to be a target, and you can see the secondary targets you're going to get around this. 8,931, literally touching it by the tick. 9,200, 9,600, 10k. So those are our next targets upwards here. If we're looking at this as simply the end of our WXYXZ extension, target 1 hit perfectly, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I think that's really, really simple. Okay, then obviously in the flip side, where we could possibly be retraced to, we are obviously seeing this. Okay, we're obviously testing around the 236. Okay, lower support being the 382. Really, we don't want to lose the 0.5. That's our key support, because you see how the 0.5 lines up with the old top of this resistance so very nicely. So that's what we're obviously looking at, really down to the 618. That would be worst case scenario if we come down here. In terms of, be a good opportunity to add on dips, but if we lose the 618, then that's obviously not good. Okay, so that's our key support being we do not want to lose that. Okay, otherwise this would all be viewed as a fake out. Okay, and would obviously be heading back down to test lower prices if we break through the 618 here. So this is what we really want to hold as support if we are to go on and test those higher targets. Okay, so yeah, that's what I wanted to cover with this Elliott wave count for you all, basically. Just explain it, because this is quite complex. And how I'm getting those targets, how I'm getting those, support targets, extension targets, etc., etc. Yeah, that's why. Let me just read through some of these comments. Look, other YouTube vid. Yeah, this guy, I think I might just have to ban him, because I can't be bothered with people moaning about sand. Let's just do it. Well, I'll give you one more chance. Like, if you're just going to spam the chat about sound, I'm probably just going to ban you. But let me just see what's going on here. Oh, so how are you all doing, by the way? While I just read through these comments, how are you all doing? I hope that you thoroughly did enjoy. Wow, Daniel, eres el número uno. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. Yeah, I mean, overall, how are you all feeling? I think this was absolutely perfect. I've been calling this WXY/ABCDE triangle for the whole time during this whole movement. I was playing this very, very, very aggressively. Okay, so I'm obviously very pleased about this. Okay, this is the point yesterday that I was looking on stream, by the way. So I was looking at this as our parallel. Okay, this was our parallel. You can see how beautifully it formed. And annoyingly, I took profits at the... So this was obviously, I'm just taking profits in a big long position. But I took profits at the top of this parallel. And annoyingly, because I was on stream, I missed the beautiful move because we see break up from the parallel, testing the old parallel resistance as support, and then you break up like so beautifully, so beautifully. And this is like number one easiest trade in the world, like literally parallel channel like perfectly from high to low, from exactly like as you would expect in the parallel. You break the parallel, you retest it as the old resistance of the parallel support, and then you get that like extreme move up. Like honestly, this is why I love technical analysis. It was just also perfect, also perfect. Like zero surprises. Again, here you paralleled down, you broke, retested it as resistance. Okay, that resistance as support you broke up again. Okay, and at this point we were just in the process of forming our triangle slash WXYZ. Okay, so you break down, you obviously move sideways a bit. Really characteristic of WXYs. Basically, they are very characteristic of moving sideways. Okay, so that's the key thing. How have you been all night, Daniel? Yeah, like it was a really, really busy night for me. So I was just like hardcore trading this all night. Okay, so I haven't actually been to sleep. I wanted to do this before I rest. Like the thing is, I was obviously going to go and test drive the Aston Martin today, but yeah, like because I'm kind of tired. Two, I also do not want to move away at this point. So yeah, I'll have to decide whether I want to do that later tonight. Well, the thing is, it's a bank holiday in England, so they close early anyway, so I'm not unsure of what I'm going to do. And my friend is phoning me, so I should probably head off. Um, what ROE do you have this year? I'm not going to disclose that. Let's just say I'm doing very well for myself, but I'm not going to disclose my profits because my profits are kind of irrelevant to everybody else. It doesn't matter what I'm gaining. It's just I'm doing very well. Let's just say that. But I don't need any gratification of how well I'm doing. Live stream was great last night. Thank you, Paul. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Wasn't it crazy? Like what that was like so crazy. So yesterday in the live stream for the champions, we were going through harmonics because I love trading harmonics. And then yeah, like halfway, well, actually about three quarters, it was coming to the end, and then this started breaking up this channel. Like it was like real crazy. Like obviously because that was a big move. Okay, so like what I'm seeing here, we obviously have the potential. Let's just see how this channels. Yeah, it's not really that nice. Okay, so we can just add in some sort of. Yeah, it's not really that nice actually. So the triangle. So at the moment, I'd lean actually towards a WXY correction rather than a triangle, because the triangle doesn't go very nice. Okay, so you do expect this to actually form some sort of WXY, and what I need to do is spend a little bit more time of going through this original subwave. Okay, after this pumped, I got straight into Litecoin. Litecoin was the main one that I traded. BNB I also traded off the 382 fib. Those were my two main scalp trades. Obviously, I got late into Komodo because I wasn't expecting that move, but I got about 10% of that move. But that was decent. But my main ones were Litecoin. Obviously, just like Litecoin continued up greatly after the original Bitcoin. Bitcoin pumped, Litecoin moved down slightly, then you get just in fully on that retracement. That was like such a nice one. This is obviously continuing nicely. And the second one for me was BNB. Binance Coin, easier to show you on this chart. So the second one I got in was Binance Coin, and this was like for a nice flip off the 382. Okay, so you come out here on the 4 hour, you can just see really nicely we retrace down. Okay, so we're tracing down onto that 382. This actually happened twice. Okay, that's like, yeah, nice gains. Yeah, so yeah, those were the two that I flipped like straight away. Obviously Link moving up nicely this morning. Red Pulse Phoenix, this is another one that I got into. Okay, so this was offered a golden pocket. I had a little bit of drawdown at this point. Okay, I had a little bit of drawdown, but obviously from laddering into the position, 10%, yeah, like this is decent. This is the one that I was like really concentrating on yesterday. This is the one where I just had my buys placed in the golden pocket, just waiting for this like yesterday while we were hovering around a 0.5. Bags filled overnight. And yeah, I'll just let this one like ride now, stop loss up to break even. That's what I was waiting for, and that's why, because that 10% gain just like that. Okay, literally not doing anything at all for 10%. So yeah, that's nice. Um, so yeah, I'll let you all know. So but yeah, I'm still obviously right throughout the day now. I'm posting like updates about Bitcoin, etc. Over on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, that's where I'm posting like updates throughout the day. Because obviously you can't just do like quick updates on can't just do quick updates on YouTube, whereas I can just do 5 second or like minute updates on Instagram really easily. So it's like quite good to keep a track of my trades because I'm using that quite a bit now. Um, yeah, so that's what I'm looking at here. BTT mooning, yeah, like BTT was nice, but then that's been nice for over like this been like nice for the last 2 weeks. Yeah, so this is one that I actually posted like really freely for everybody. Okay, where what happened here? We come down in the falling wedge to 9 sats. Okay, we formed this sort of falling wedge pattern. Yeah, we're looking at this. Yeah, you break the falling wedge in this round. I tweeted this out for you all like really freely on YouTube. Not on Twitter, I mean. That's up now 66% since, like, even if you had waited for the break. I managed to fill some position at 9 sats, but really small because obviously it's hard to get filled at that price. Okay, but that's still up very greatly. And I tweeted this out for you as it broke that falling wedge. And that was just, like, so simple. But that's why we're breaking up so nicely, yeah? And seeing where we're hitting in resistance now, 786 rejected exactly on 20 sats. So yeah, that's what we're seeing like from the start of the falling wedge. Okay, breaking out, hitting the 786 here. If you're obviously coming from the top, the 382. So yeah, that was really easy money. But yeah, I don't want to go too on about this. Yeah, so this is obviously just forming our WXY really sideways. Can we join mentorship yet, mate? So let me explain about this a second. So the mentorship is still sold out. Obviously, yeah, a lot of people interested in it. But yeah, it's still sold out. So as you can see here, the website's still being slightly updated and etc. But yeah, it's sold out basically. So I am maybe planning to open this up around the first week of June. So as it says here, around the first week of June. I'm not 100% sure of the date. I'm deciding whether to open it up for like maybe 5-10 people at a time. So maybe I'll open it up. You'd have to sign up relatively quickly because I would expect it to sell out with the amount of messages really quickly. But I don't want to overpopulate. So it's kind of like really a lot of people want it. So I have to open it in like little spaces. So I would open it up. You would obviously have to join relatively quickly, and then I will close it down once it's sold out. And now I'll just keep opening spots like this. But yeah, this is obviously in high demand, and I know why. Because it's going very well. So yeah, that's basically sold out till June at the moment. I probably will open it up seeing probably the first week of June. I will open it up for maybe like in a few hours or until it sells out. Okay, and then I will close it back down again. Okay. Pump up your volume, please. I'm just gonna end a live stream now. Okay. Because that's all I wanted to cover in this video. Okay, I do actually want to continue trading this. I've given you the overall Elliott wave count here. This is like the Elliott wave count I'm telling you. Okay, then I've given you those key supports and those key targets. That is obviously not financial advice, not a financial advisor, just a simple trader, but that is what I'm looking at here, and seeing the possibility of this ending up in a WXY more sideways. Okay, and that would obviously give us the nice room on some of these altcoins. Okay, that was what we're hoping for. Okay, for some of those alts. Okay, that would give us a lot of room to breathe. Okay, and that is kind of what we want here. So let's see how Bitcoin plays out for the rest of the day. I'm expecting that WXY. Okay, and this could obviously be a WXY down to support or a sideways WXY. That's the two options that you would expect here. Okay, so that's really how I expect this to play out after everything else has traded so nicely so far. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna have to watch back and view how this audio sounds because I have no idea. Maybe it's because I'm using like Restream. It's like a possibility that maybe Restream is causing a. Let me just listen to myself a second. You're gonna hear me twice. WXY again. This could obviously be a WXY down to support or a sideways WXY. Yeah, for me that volume is fine. So I'm not sure why everybody has volume issues. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking at here. I hope that you've enjoyed today's live stream going over this. Just obviously a quick one because I'm undecided. I probably will. Basically my friend really wants me to go to test drive the Aston because he wants to come with me. So I probably will end up going to do this today. I'm gonna see because the problem with the Aston Martin garage is it's like hour and a half away from my house, so it's not really close. So yeah, that's what I have to make the decision whether I want to spend like 4 hours going to this or just stay trading today and just go tomorrow or the weekend. I'm not sure. Yeah, so that's basically what I have to decide between. But if I go, then I will like post updates on Instagram and stuff. I'm enjoying those Instagram stories. I think they're fun. Yeah, so that's basically what I'm looking at. Yeah, so that's everything on this live stream. Hope that you have thoroughly enjoyed it, and I will catch you all up in a static video maybe tomorrow. Um, yeah, probably tomorrow I'll do like a static sort of just video for you rather than a live stream. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, thanks everybody for joining me today. Hope you've thoroughly enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one. Get a it is in Walton. Now, so get a Bugatti. Now, I really want a British car. I want a British car. That's why I'm going for Jaguar Aston Martin. Um, yeah, those are like since a kid I've always really liked Jags. So that's kind of like I wanted a Jag. Obviously, I had my Tesla, and the Tesla was really nice. I'm not gonna lie, Tesla was a great car, but I just feel like I want, yeah, I just want to go for a Jaguar and Aston this time round. I don't want another Tesla. It's like I've done it. I'm bored of it now. I've obviously had my Audi, and the Audi was my German car. So now I've had the German car, the American car. Now I want to go to a British, and well, no, not just British. I just want either a Jaguar and Aston, and then whatever drives the better is the one I will get. Although this is like the thing, because I'm such a like investment saving person, like half of me is telling myself, don't buy a car and just get another property. Like, but my adventurous side is like, yeah, get a car, and my other side is just like, yeah, just get another house because that in the long term is going to be much more beneficial than a car. So yeah, that's interesting. Like I have two sides of myself. One's just like get a car, it doesn't really matter, and the other's like, yeah, just stay in your current car and get another house. So that's a decision I will make, but I think I will just end up doing kind of both. What happened with the Tesla? Yeah, I crashed it. I crashed it. This was like about a month ago. I did like post it all on Twitter, but yeah, I rear it off. It was obviously like that period of my yeah, it was kind of a bad time for me, and I was yeah, I crashed it really badly. um I was really dumb. Get a house. Well, I've already obviously got a house, but this is the thing, because obviously the car is like 90 grand, so that could obviously that with a bit more capital put towards a house, like another house. And this is like kind of the thing that I'm like on a side business, like a property sort of business. So obviously, well, it's not obvious, I guess, but I have a few other properties, and this could be like a nice addition rather than a car. Like I have to make that decision, but like you say, only live once. So yeah, that's what I need to think. But time will come. I'll make the decision. Basically, if the Aston is like so nice and it sounds really, really grunty, I did really like the sound of the F Type, because obviously the V8 engine and all that. It's like vroom, like it just sounds amazing. And yeah, that's why I want this like sort of petrol engine. It's just like the Tesla didn't make that nice sound. It was obviously sounded okay, but it's like, yes, that doesn't sound anything like a really nice V8 that you get in like an Aston or a Jag. So that's why I want to go for one of those. But yeah, all-wheel drive version. Yeah, yeah. I'll see how it goes. I'm going to test drive both, and then I'll make my informed decision whether I go for a property or a car. Undecided currently, because I do see the advantages of the house, obviously. But yeah, I would like to wake up to that V8. So I've already got a house in Barcelona. So I do have a house in Barcelona as well. So I have got my house in Spain. That's just rented out at the moment because I wanted to. Obviously, I bought the house in Barcelona originally to live in, and then we decided. So with my fiance, we decided to hold this off and stay in England for the time being. So that's like rented. So I do have that already. Have a house in Spain. So I won't get one in Mallorca because I have one in Barcelona. Cool. Anyway, yeah, that's everything here. Rather than wasting any more time, that's what I'm going to end with. And yeah, that's the count. Those are the supports, and those are the upper side targets for if we break upwards again. Obviously, if we start falling down, break through to 618, that's bad news. Okay, really want to hold the 382. Okay, and then our upper side targets, as mentioned earlier. Go back and rewatch it if you would like to see it. I'm going to end the stream there. And yeah, that's it for everybody. Really hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you for your time. I'm going to probably get a little bit of rest before I make my decision of what I'm going to do for the day. Okay, so yeah, thanks everybody. Cheers. Bye.